Hi everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Ascension to Love with Alice, a return to union. I wanted to come on here live today to be with you to share a question I received and to share the guidance that came through from that question. So the question was, should we love or should we maintain a friendship with someone who only loves us conditionally? And I thought that was a really, really good question and a really great opportunity to really delve into the whole topic of conditional and unconditional, right? And how that all works. So what's really great about this question is, the human race as we currently stand, we are going through this world of duality, right? The separation from love, the separation from all that is, the separation from our inner being. That's why we get the whole fear or love, right? One or the other. And everything that we do and everything that we say either comes from whether we are clear enough, our channel is clear enough energetically to channel through that light from all that is, from Mother, Father, God, whatever you call it, angels, whatever. Grounding yourself with that beautiful crystalline light grid and grounding and receiving inspiration from the beautiful great central sun, right? So either we are clear enough to be acting in sovereignty and wholeness within ourselves because we've healed within ourselves already the wounding that we may have. But oftentimes, and what is happening right now, is there is a lot of contrast in the world and there is a lot of fear on a DNA level, on a cellular level, on an energetic level, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level. There is a lot of fear, there is a lot of energy to be transmuted still. I want to bring us back to as well how the world in itself is a mirror, a divine mirror for what is going on within us. It is the perfect biofeedback mechanism, right? To let us know exactly where our vibration is at. Because if we within ourselves have gone through each layer within us and around us to a point of healing and forgiving, and do check back the video I did on forgiveness, but if we've gone through to forgive as much as we possibly can, to carry on ascending, we're going to carry on experiencing on a more subtle level what is still left to be healed. And this, you may have something to heal. Maybe it wasn't yours in this lifetime. Maybe you've inherited it from a previous life. Maybe you've inherited it from a cellular level, from a DNA level, because the gender you've been born into, because of the race, the creed, the nationality that you've been born into, whatever that is, right? We have many things to heal as a collective consciousness. And each time one of us heals, we clear that not only for ourselves, for that layer of it, but also for the collective. And then it may appear again. But if it appears again, it's usually on a more subtle level. So going back to the original question, all humans crave that unconditional love. We use that phrase a lot and we don't really know what it means. Because until you are of a fifth dimension and a higher fifth dimension, you're likely not embodying that unconditional love most of the time. Yet. Because all humans crave that unconditional love. We want to be loved no matter what choice we make. We want to be loved to a point where if we make a choice in fear, that we get to choose again and that will be okay. We want to be loved how all that is, how the divine being inside us, how our higher selves love us. Now what's really fascinating is our guardian angels, or our inner beings, if that resonates more with you. Our inner beings, that is of light, that is constantly replenished by the ever eternal light of source, is only ever seeing the light in which you're acting. If you're acting from a shadow, if you're acting from a wounding, there is never any judgment from your inner being, right? And that's what we always want from our friends and our families and our relationships and the world around us, but not always necessarily the happening, right? Yet. So if we have a friend that is saying or doing or acting towards us in a way that isn't making us feel good, right? In a way that may be perceived conditional, maybe you know, maybe they only like you if you wore a certain clothing item. Maybe they only speak to you if you're doing something for them. They are acting as a divine mirror for you. Whatever it is that is showing up, take note of it, observe it, and observe it not from the emotions within you, but observe it from the seat of your soul. Observe it from your higher being. Observe it just like you are observing something interesting happening. Just watch it, perceive it, experience it from a higher perspective, and look at what energy is being transmitted there, what it is that is being mirrored. Because exactly what it is that is being mirrored is coming from within you, because that energy within you is drawing on that energy within them. And if they are acting from a wounding, who are we to judge them for that? Because we know that there is then a separation within themselves to their own light. And if there is a separation and they are in fear in that moment, then that's not necessarily them. That is not them, right? That's their ego body. And what's the best way to help someone in their ego body return to that love? It's not by reacting to them and cutting them out, right? It's by showing them love. But I do want to get into this in a little bit more detail, because that's not to say that, you know, if someone treats you badly, then you should just stand there and let them treat you badly. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that we want to get to a point, if we want to be the receiver of unconditional love from our friends and our family, we have to get to the point where we are loving them unconditionally anyway. That's what we're projecting out for it to get mirrored back, right? So if that's what we're wanting, then if they are acting or saying or doing something that you know isn't them in their highest light, in their sovereignty, that you're still going to love them anyway. Okay, that you're not going to judge them anyway, right? So, because then that would make you conditionally loving them too. You see how this cycle will then, you know, perpetrate and continue and compound? We don't need that, right? So instead, if you're noticing that there is a behavior or something happening within another person, ask yourself, how have I created that? What are they showing me? Because they are being my divine mirror here. So let's have a little look here. What are they showing? They're showing that condition. So when have I ever shown that condition to someone else? Or when have I ever shown that condition towards myself? I will only love you if you're successful. I will only love you if you're disciplined. I will only love you if you get up at 5 o'clock every morning to go to the gym and go exercise and start the day with meditation and, you know, and love everyone. And I won't love you if you're not doing that. When have we been that harsh on ourselves? Right? Because that's the real lesson here. You know, I did a video a while back, a couple of months ago, I think it was, on the 7 mirror. I'm like, 7, there's only 4 there, of the 7 mirrors of the Essenes, which is a really good video, a really powerful video. It shows us how we mirror, like, directly, indirectly, one another, and how it can show us what we're healing in that moment, in that instant. So I just thought that was a really powerful message to bring through, because if you are wanting to be someone who receives unconditional love from your parents, your spouse, your partner, your friends, anyone that you interact with, that you meet, then first, whenever that is not the case, be grateful for that experience, because it's showing you that there is something within you that you have yet to forgive within yourself, that you have yet to love unconditionally within yourself. Because that's all you want, is that unconditional love, but it starts and ends with you. So where within you have you to forgive? And if you're not sure, just look at how people are acting and responding around you. And if it's expansive, that's amazing, because that's mirroring that expansiveness within you. But if it's constricting, then that's showing you, you know, you take that and you go, I don't like how that feels. But when have I ever thought that way towards another person? When have I ever wanted to do that towards another person? And then, or when have I done that or wanted to do that towards myself? Okay, now those memories that are popping up in that moment, that's what you're forgiving. That's what you're allowing a light to shine on. and to release it, knowing that you were doing the best that you could have been doing in that moment with the experience that you had, the life experience you had, in the circumstances you were in. And knowing that with releasing that energy, with releasing that judgment you have on yourself, you are one step closer to consistently being loved unconditionally by yourself and by others. So I hope this message resonates and is helpful. And I hope you can find in it some truth to take you further into expansion and into that light. So much love to every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. So many blessings. Bye for now.